All right, Jen Cooper, the keeper here with Melissa Henderson and Marissa Diggs, our two Texas girls on the Houston Dash. This is the Texas edition of our little video interviews. Thanks for joining me today. Marissa, you've been part of the team since the draft, the college draft.
Yeah.
So let's go back in time.
You know, the draft, I could have not made the team, but...
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. We don't have to talk about that.
No.
Tell us what it was like, getting drafted, because I know you guys, you put your names in, but that doesn't mean you're gonna get drafted, and of course, like you referenced, it doesn't mean you're gonna make the team. So talk about getting drafted and then working on the team.
I didn't know if I wanted to play overseas or not, so my coaches were like, put your name in, see what happens. If maybe it doesn't work out, you can go try to play overseas. So I remember at draft day, my flight was delayed. I got there, I think there was 2 people after me. I was number 11, I think, and I got there on number 13, so I completely missed it, and I was just the biggest day of my life I missed.
So you don't get to get up there with the star for sure.
I was like, cool, and then I met them finally. I don't know, I'm just really happy it worked out that I was here and close to home, so I'm excited.
Now, Melissa, of course, you came to the team in a very different way, and very recently. So you played last year in NWSL. Were you a free agent, or you taken in the supplemental draft?
Yes, free agent.
Free agent for Kansas City.
Yes. Because after the draft, the league.
Yeah. You had been drafted in WPS in 2012.
Yes.
So that didn't happen. And then Dash acquired you via traded a draft pick to get you a couple weeks ago. Tell us about that. I mean, that happened very suddenly, and then within 48 hours, you're in an orange jersey and starting for the team. So,
honestly, I was just super ecstatic. As soon as I got the news, I was calling my parents, my grandparents. They're crying on the phone because they want me back in Texas, and it was honestly just a relief. I knew to play for a great organization and team, and I was playing for Randy again. And I was just really excited to get back on the pitch and just start playing again.
And both of you have had a big impact on the last 2 games. Marissa, you had your first professional goal against the Spirit last week. You were in that goal mouth for almost all of those corners, and the broadcast were talking about, wow, she got the goal, but it wasn't with her head. It seemed like you had a lot of chances with your head, and then the last one, it's all right, she'll just get in with her foot.
Yeah, I'd missed 3, and I was like, if I don't score this one, they're not ever going to let me go in for a corner again.
Because I've noticed anytime there's a corner, it seems like our defense goes way up, and then Kalia is coming all the way back, and you're thinking, why is she back there? So what's the thought behind
I guess
positioning?
Usually center backs are some of the best headers on the team, so he likes to get us in and try to win the ball. And I guess it just happened to fall to my feet. I think Kaylin's still kind of upset I stole her goal, but it kind of worked out. It's give me this, Kaylin. This is my one chance I get to get in the box.
Yeah, it's not often that a center back gets a goal, so yeah, you were in that one, definitely. And Melissa, your very first match, on the 11th, boom, you weren't scoring the goals, but you were creating space for Kalia and Jordan to maybe make some attacks that hadn't been possible before that. So talk a little bit about that game.
Honestly, I was just super excited to be on the field and them giving me an opportunity to be out there. I know, me coming in and starting, obviously, I was a little nervous about it, but I was, very just excited for the opportunity, and I wanted to provide any way and help out with the team any way that I could. So, I was just thankful that they were welcome me, as one of the starters to really try to help out and really bring something into it.
Now, what was the thought behind choosing number 21 as your number? Not that there were a lot of numbers open, granted.
Are you ready for it?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the text said, you're 21. And I was just okay, that's cool. And they said, I'm sorry, we don't have other options or whatever. And it was just totally fine. I've been so many numbers throughout my career. So, I just embraced it, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm 21.
21 it is.
Marissa, did you have any input in being your number, 23?
Yes, they emailed us and said, pick 3 numbers, and I guess no one else picked 23, so it worked out for me. Because I know they said rookies get last pick, so I was but it worked out.
What number did you wear at Central Florida?
32 because someone had 23, so I just switched it around. But
Nice. And what number did you wear for Notre Dame?
6.
Nice low number.
Yeah.
Good. Now, is 23 because of Jordan or Beckham?
no, I was 23 my whole life, basketball, soccer, so I just always been that number.
Now, do you know the story of why Beckham chose 23 when he moved from Man U to Madrid?
No.
So he was 7 at Man U,
Mhm.
and moving over to Real Madrid, Luis Figo already had 7, so he had to pick a new number. So he chose 23 because of Michael Jordan,
Oh.
because he had a lot of respect for him as an athlete and also what he was doing business-wise. So, you know.
I should start saying that.
Yeah, yeah. No, you
Change your answer.
you can say they chose the number because I wear it, because I wear 23. All right, so you guys have, what, 7 games left, 8 games left,
Something like
8 games left. More games left to play than the other teams, and that standings race is pretty tight. I mean, the Dash isn't out of it, but these next couple of games will be the make or break games. What's the feeling among the team and at practice of, is that something that's really in reach, making the playoffs? We don't want to talk about it.
I think that it's really going to show just how much grit this team has. I think ever since I've gotten here, I even get just the feeling of just true passion for playing for one another, and you really feel it on the field at practice and at the games, and the want and the desire to do better is always there. So honestly, I'm excited for this next challenge that we're about to face and these final games we're about to go through. It's really going to be a test, and I think that we're all up for it and we're ready for it, and I think that we have an opportunity to be a big story, so it's kind of exciting, so we're just taking it game by game.
When you had a great playoff goal against the Thorns last year playing for Kansas City, so you have some playoff experience and knowing it's like
Every game
coming,
counts.
yeah, every game counts,
Yes.
every goal counts.
Yes.
And of course you won an NCAA championship with Notre Dame. So how can you take that experience and help the Dash, especially with, we've got a lot of rookies on the team, a lot of young players. How can you take that experience and help the team?
Honestly, I wouldn't say I'm over-experienced by any means. I look at these players that are rookies and I'm like, you're not a rookie. You play well, your thought process is there. You're doing so great, in your positioning and just providing, speaking aloud and to the team, directing. So, I basically am just play as a team, unite as a team. Once you start playing individually is where the errors come along. So, I guess me speaking as from experience, it's always put it in for one another and you'll get a result. And that's how I feel personally.
Mm-hmm.
Now this weekend, you guys are playing at Chicago. They are the first team to finally beat Seattle, and then they tied them again. So what's the game plan going in against Chicago?
I think when you look at the league, everyone's beaten everyone, so it's not we need to change our game plan playing against someone else. So I think we've emphasized that all these games are important now coming down to the end of the season, and it's not about our opponent, it's about doing what we need to do to win.
So it doesn't matter who you're playing.
Yeah, we need to do what
You've got a game plan. Yeah, and hopefully there won't be the, a 3-4 hour weather delay that there was last time you guys played. Chicago.
I heard about that. That's right.
Now, how do you adjust for playing on turf? There's some of the NWSL venues where they're on turf. How does that does that affect how you guys go into a game, or you're just changing shoes?
Yeah, I don't really.
I have same shoes. I just go.
All right, so it's more us fans that it just looks different because there's usually football lines on the turf.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's a little depressing.
The ball may roll a little faster, but
Yeah, that game at Chicago in May, it seemed like Bianca had to make a lot more kind of sprinting runs to catch a rolling ball because it's moving faster. All right, now the fun stuff. I have some Texas trivia for you guys.
Oh, no.
You're not being graded.
Okay.
You're not competing against each other. This is really just for your amusement and for our viewers' amusement. We know you're really Texan, so it's not like if you don't get these right that
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous.
we're not going to take away your Texan citizenship. All right, name a Texan on the U.S. men's national team.
Say Howard.
Like,
No, that would be cool, though.
On
like
the U.S. men's national
A
team?
Texan.
the World Cup.
Oh, a Texan.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm not all there. Brad Davis. Well, I'm just thinking because he's in
Yeah,
Houston.
that's a good guess.
Does it have to be like the World Cup team? Or
Yeah.
just,
He has a tattoo on his elbow that leaves a space in the shape of Texas.
You're kidding. Why would I do that?
And he scored a goal in the first match.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Clint Dempsey.
Wow.
Clint
where is
Dempsey.
Oh my God, he's from Nacogdoches, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Good.
I know the city.
Maybe we shouldn't show this.
It's okay. It's all fun.
Edit
It's
that
all
out.
fun.
Can we edit
All right,
that out?
here's a tougher one. Name a Dash teammate that went to a Texas university. And Grant Chillen went there for 2 years. She split her college.
Aaron.
Awesome.
Boom.
Aaron McLeod. And which Texas university?
SMU.
SMU.
Oh, did
See?
she really? Wow, that's
She did 2 years at SMU and then 2 years at Penn State.
Okay.
Now, can you name a Texas school where Randy coached? A university.
Baylor.
Baylor. Nice. He started the program at Baylor before he went off to Notre Dame. All right, now this one's really hard. Okay, you guys are from, the Metroplex, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have Six Flags Over Texas, right? The
Yeah,
amusement park.
Texas Giant.
Yeah. Okay. What are the Six Flags of Texas?
Okay, the Texas flag.
It's the 6 countries that have flown a flag over Texas. The Texas flag, because
The
we're a country
American
for
flag?
the American flag.
England flag?
But that's the right chain of thought. Other countries.
Spain.
Spain.
Oh, wow, nice.
Who was the fight for independence with?
Mexico?
Mexico.
Wow, do you like that? That was my history right
That was good. That was good. These girls actually have college degrees.
I actually don't, but.
Wait, did you not finish? No judgment, no judgment.
All right, the last two you're not going to get, but it's France.
I was going to get that.
And the Confederacy.
I can't believe you just took that from me.
I took it from her. I denied her. All right.
Next time.
So speaking of Texas earning its independence, what year did Texas earn its independence from Mexico?
Is it what?
I'm the rookie. I'm not as smart as you.
Now this year was briefly the name of the Houston Dynamo before they changed it to Dynamo.
Really?
Yeah. So for about 6 weeks, the Dynamo had a different name. Houston, 1836.
I knew it was something 6. This is so
I took
sad.
it away from you again.
This is so sad. Like, this is so sad.
All right.
We just had a
last
2-hour practice. Like, we are exhausted.
Last one. What does Texas mean? It's an Indian word. You didn't learn this in
What?
elementary school?
We took Texas history in 7th grade, I think. That's a long time ago.
No,
It means friends, allies, friendship,
Oh, okay.
chaos. Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. All right, but you have to remember the Houston 1836 thing. There are actually
Yeah.
some Houston 1836 shirts
Okay.
still out there,
Okay.
but there was some reaction to the name, so they changed
Yeah.
it. They changed it to
Oh.
Dynamo. But thank you guys so much for spending some time with us today, and no reason to study up on trivia for next time. I won't be that mean next time.
So,
Good luck against Chicago this weekend.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.